All right. Welcome back. So we're talking about getting your property ready for a new tenant, whether it's a condo, an apartment building, a rental home, or whatever the case is. Now, the question I have for you is, if I am the landlord, should I get the work done myself, or should I bring a professional in and have them do it?
Depends on some of the work. Like, if you're skilled enough, you can change the locks yourself.
Yeah,
You can hang
that's
smoke
easy.
detectors yourself. Cleaning, always bring in a professional. You're going to miss things, and you're going to get exhausted doing it because you're doing other things. It's not your primary focus of the day. It's not, unless you own a cleaning company, don't clean. Let somebody else do it. And then you've got the invoice to back up the place was professionally cleaned. So you set the expectation with the tenant.
Isn't that a building code or some kind of city code, something that the carpets have to be cleaned by a professional or something like that?
No, it's kind of an unwritten industry standard nationwide.
Okay.
And it's also letting the cat out of the bag here, folks, but I'm on your team, not the management company's team. They use it for a way to generate the potential of keeping a chunk of your security deposit.
Well, I understand that. One guy's going to come in, he's going to clean 50 units, he's going to get paid $400 for the day.
Yep.
They charge you $125 a piece.
There you go. So it's a business model thing, but you can have it done yourself as a tenant when you move out. That should be done professionally. The cleaning should be done professionally. Any major maintenance work and upgrades, I recommend getting a professional to do it. You've got the invoice to prove it. It's a business write-off. It was done right. And you've pushed the liability off on somebody else if something goes wrong. God forbid anything happens to a tenant in your property and you were the guy that did the work, I guarantee you there's going to be some lawyer somewhere that goes, where did you develop the skills to do that? And are you licensed?
Now, should you be hiring a handyman service for this, or should you have somebody on site that is always there?
It depends on what you're doing. If you've got a couple of rental houses, you can find a contractor or a licensed handyman and do it. Double check with your insurance companies to make sure they're happy with who you're hiring, because they're going to be the people that are going to cover your butt when something happens.
Never thought about that.
You got to have the insurance on the rental property. Here's another thing most people don't think of. Your premium's probably going to go up when that property's vacant. So that's another reason to get everything mapped out.
Why is that?
Because more liability issues for the insurance company, more vandalism, more problems. More things happen on vacant properties than occupied properties.
No kidding.
Seems to be the trend since 2008 when there were a ton of empty foreclosures. There were a lot of insurance claims filed on them.
See this, guys? This is why you're listening, because there's so much I just don't know. And I've been in this business.
Well,
holy smokes.
And I've learned a bunch of it from the University of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, seriously.
Cleaning up other people's mistakes and the mistakes I've made myself. I didn't just read a book, go to college, do this stuff for a few months and go, I want a radio show so I can tell everybody. And I did this stuff for 40 years, and it was my job to make people money that didn't have money and go clean up messes.
So in turn, if you're thinking about buying a property, hire a professional to get the work done that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Simple things that you can do it.
Yep.
Landscaping, how should we handle landscaping? Should we leave it up to the tenant, or should we have a professional come out and handle that?
It depends on what's going on with the property. If you can get a landscaper for $35, $40 to do a mow and blow, is basically they come by, mow the lawn and stuff. You got another set of eyes watching the property. Depending on where the property's located, properties that are in like major metropolitan areas like Midtown Sacramento or something along those lines, where you've got younger tenants, you don't really have places to keep the equipment. They're smaller properties. Hire a landscape service, add it into the rent, and market it as perfect place to live. We supply landscape service, so you don't got to do the lawn. Your weekends are free. Nobody's going to be complaining about how the yard looks.
I can tell you that if I was in a position where I needed to rent a house and I had to mow my own lawn,
you wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't take the house.
Yeah, you could just Yeah, it comes with a yard service. Oh, cool. So it's
very interesting.
$70 more a month, but I'm not buying a lawnmower, storing gas, or plugging in the electric.
Okay, here's an interesting one. What about housekeeping? Having a housekeeping service included in the rent?
Nobody I've seen has done that except for some higher end apartments, and part of it is the liability issue and the comfort of the tenants. Having people in their house when they're not home or trying to schedule around their schedule.
I mean, I have a maid service that comes in.
Yeah.
And it notifies my phone every time my front door is opened. I get a screenshot of the security camera when they walk in the front door. I know how long they're there. I know what they're doing. I know what's opening, what's closing, and I know when they're gone. And it's only $35 an hour.
Yeah. But you've also got all that additional security tied into your place.
Correct.
That's fairly expensive to do for some people. You can't get the return on that investment.
Yeah.
But if it's in some of your higher end apartment
more of a luxury
complexes,
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're doing luxury rentals, that's an expectation of those tenants. And if you're going to do that, have a concierge service that comes by and picks up their dry cleaning and drops it off.
Okay.
Yeah. Hook up with a restaurant that guarantees delivery. I mean, it could be the guy downstairs.
Everybody's got Uber and all that stuff now. Uber Eats and
still
food to go and all these things.
Even still, if you've got it in with a restaurant, they can do a lot of marketing for you.
We have a restaurant in the building.
Yeah.
We have a coffee shop in the building. You haven't been there yet, have you?
No.
Oh, my God.
But that's where the new studio's going to be, so I'm jazzed about that. You're going to be there
next week.
Yeah, I'm jazzed about that.
Yeah, so.
That's the retirement plan for me, folks. I went to the hotel with the bar, the restaurant, the day spa thing.
I had a client over the other day, and she goes, is it weird that, or how did she say it? Does it feel weird living in, like, a hotel? I said, it's not a hotel. This is luxury apartments, you know? And she goes, it feels like a hotel. I was like, yeah, I know. There's a bellhop down there in the morning to load your car for you. And
this is called The Good Life.
This is The Good Life. This is what this is all about, right?
Yeah, that's why there's a show called The Good Life Show.
Exactly.
And that's why this life.
And that's why I get shot at on the freeway.
Yeah, that was true.
Hey, you know.
This is bad neighborhood.
Yeah, you know you're somebody, though, when people are shooting at you, you know?
Yeah, you know you got, what was it, somebody, Barnum or somebody said, any press is good press. If they're mad at you, then it means you did something and took a stand.
Yeah, exactly. You did something that piqued their interest, and that's how you're going to grow. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially in today's world, people are just getting crazy over nothing.
I know.
Just don't get it.
I don't either. All right, well.
A lot of wasted energy when you could be listening to this show or other shows and learning how to move on in life.
It's when I go to design a show, it really just boils down to how we can help these people. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the end of the day. That's all it is. All right, so they can find everything at cashcowsystems.org, cashcowsystems.org. We're going to go to a break and come back and go over a little bit more. We'll be right back.